Maruti Swift has been amongst the best-selling hatches in the country. Its quirky styling coupled with fun-to-drive engines made it click with the masses at large. Volkswagen entered the segment with its iconic Polo in early 2010. The Polo has been updated to keep up with the times and features a new 1.5-litre diesel engine too. Who wins in this battle between the motoring giants? Let's find out. The current generation of the Swift will instantly remind you of its predecessor. It carries the same styling quirks like the swept-back headlamps, flowing tail lamps and the sloping roofline. The Swift simply cannot be mistaken for any other car. It is that distinctive. The Polo, on the other hand, is an example of minimal German design. There are no excessive lines or creases anywhere on the body of the hatchback. The front gets smoked headlamps, an updated grille and an updated bumper, which houses fog lamps with cornering function. The side remains relatively unchanged, while the rear sports updated tail lamps and a redesigned bumper. Both cars have their distinctions. While one is loud and in your face, the other is subtle and understated. We prefer the Polo for it manages to look premium and classy. The Swift's interior is predominantly black. There are dull silver accents around the AC vents, the steering wheel and the door pads to keep things lively. The all-black theme does look nice, but it makes the cabin feel smaller than it actually is. The Highline variant on the Polo features a dual-tone interior. The top portion is finished in black while the lower half is beige. The center console is finished in dull silver, which complements the beige and black combo very well. Both the cars are more driver-oriented and aren't great for rear seat passengers. Though headroom isn't an issue in either, legroom is rather forgettable in both the cars. Also, both cars are much better off as 4-seaters. 3 people won't be comfortable in the rear bench of either. The front seats are great on the Polo and are better on the Swift. The position, cushioning and bolstering continue to remain unparalleled. That said, the steering on the Swift can be adjusted only for height, while the Polo gets a reach and rake adjustment. It is much easier to find a more comfortable driving position in the Polo as compared to the Maruti. Both cars get an integrated music system with Bluetooth, USB and aux connectivity. The music and the calls can be handled by the buttons on the steering wheel on either cars. With the facelift, Volkswagen introduced the flat-bottom steering wheel on the Polo, which takes the cake away from the Swift for having the best steering wheel in the segment. The level of kit offered on either cars is similar. The Polo misses out only on keyless go. Amongst the two, the Swift has a better looking cabin. The Polo is clutter-free and some might even call it boring, except for the steering wheel, that is. The Swift is available with 2 engine options, a 1.2-litre K-Series petrol and a 1.3-litre DDIS diesel engine. The petrol motor puts out 84.3 PS of power while the diesel churns out 75 PS. The diesel motor is better in terms of drivability and efficiency, and we'd recommend the diesel over the petrol Swift. The Polo is available with a 1.2 litre 3-cylinder petrol engine producing 75 PS of power and a 1.5 litre TDI diesel churning out 90 PS of power. Between the two offerings, the diesel wins hands down. Not only is it fun to drive, but is also frugal. The steering on either cars are extremely responsive and direct. Not taking anything away from the Polo though. The steering is brilliant to use in the city and it weighs up beautifully on the highways. Like we mentioned before, both the cars are driver oriented. The suspension setup on either cars is on the stiffer side. Claimed fuel efficiency figures for the Swift are 20.4 km per litre for the petrol and 25.2 km to the litre for the diesel. The Polo petrol returns 16.47 km to the litre while the diesel averages 20.14. The diesel variants of both cars suffer from turbo lag right up to 2000 rpm. Irrespective, we'd pick the Polo. The power and the driving dynamics are extremely good for a hatchback. The Polo wins this round for the engine is fun to drive and doesn't feel strained on the highways. Among the two hatches, the Polo feels better to drive, both leisurely and aggressively. It is really well put together too. The quality of materials used is similar to that on the more expensive Vento sedan. Yes, it does miss out on features like electronically folding mirrors with blinkers, keyless entry and go, and even has lesser legroom at the back. But the ride is extremely comfortable and the hatch has a fun to drive element to it. Though, if you really want to have a lot of fun in a Polo, look towards the GT variant. Let us know what you'd pick amongst these two hatches in the comment section below. Do subscribe to the CarDekho channel and don't forget to like and share.